Good evening and welcome to a complete flight with flight plan loading, etc. on the Airbus A300. We'll be going today from Dublin down to London Gatwick. This will be a cargo run. I hope to take you through some of the switches, dials, gauges, everything on the A300 on the way. And show you how to load the flight plans, etc. So it's more or less a training video for myself as well as anyone else. So without further ado, let's carry on. So the first thing we need to do is we need to load the cargo, etc. To do that, we'll put on some ground power, which we should already have, as I've set it up to start with ground power. So we'll just put the we'll turn on the ground power. Right now we'll go to the APU and turn on the ground ups, and we'll go into ground services, and external power is on, so we should be able to load up the ground power unit. Let's have a look, and there we go. Lots of switches, lots of dials, loads and loads and loads, but fairly easy to operate. So let's get some air stairs on. Let's get a loader on. Let's get a fuel trunk on. Let's pop outside and have a look. And there they are, they're all pulling up. The door is now opening. So we'll load on the cargo. Once the cargo is loaded, we'll get the load sheet from the loaders, and then we'll start the FMC setup. So the flight today is, we're going to be flying at 350,000 feet. Our alternate airport would be EBR, which will be Brussels. And the route will be come out of London, out of Dublin, we'll head out across the Irish Sea, we'll go across Wales, we'll turn right down through Birmingham, down through Oxford, down through London, out onto the coast of Brighton, where we'll turn back up and head north up to London Gatwick. We'll be avoiding London Heathrow by going down the Oxford route and keeping well to the left of London Heathrow. So we can pop out the FMC. We can go to the load sheet. I've already done a sim brief route, which I shall just download. Once it's downloaded, there it is there, EIDWTGKK. We'll export that, and we'll close down the program. And that will mean then that our flight plan is there. So let's go to the load manager next, and let's type in. Let's go to init page and let's type in our flight plan, which would be let's get rid of that. EIDW/EGKK, and we'll put that in the top. And we'll insert that route, and then what we want is the alternate, which we know is EBBR, which will go in, we'll return, and there's EBBR in there. Our cost index is going to be 6, and we'll put that there. Our flight level we know is 350, and our flight ID today is 1032. Which is DHL 1032. Go to our next page. Looking at the sim brief, our block fuel is going to be 12.61. So what we want to do now is we're going to put our total fuel in of 12.61. 12.9 will be fine. And we'll load the fuel, making sure that's loaded, and we'll go to the next column. Cargo we're going to take today will be, let me look up the load sheet. The cargo is 39.7 today. Again, we go down to the total so we can balance it out on the aircraft, and we'll take it up to 39.7 cargo. And that's the bottom one we're looking at, 39. And we'll load that, and we'll go next. Now it's computing. So what we want to do now is these figures here we need to put into the FMC. So we have 129.10. 129.10 will be our zero fuel weight, which goes in there, and then we'll have a gravity, or we'll have fuel on board is 12.8. So we've got 12.8 fuel, and that matches up. Our centre of gravity today is going to be 29.8, and that will go in there, 29.8. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to go to our flight plan. And what we're going to do is we're going to go out. Let's see where we're going out. We're looking at the flight plan again to the side of your screen. You can't see it. Our flight plan is telling us it's going to leave on 28 left from Dublin. And there's the loading done now. The doors are shutting in the background. Good. So we're going from 28 left, and we're going to use a Dexon 1 Alpha SID. And we'll just insert that. If we go further down the list, we'll be landing in 08 right in London Gatwick. So we'll just bring it right down to EGKK, which is our departure airport, our arrival airport, and our star is going to be 20. It's going to be 08 right, which is there, and we're going to come in on the Disset 1 Golf star, and we'll insert that. So we'll have a look at that, see that there's no discontinuities on the flight down. We'll have a look and see Holly Willow. We normally have to take out Willow or one of those to get us in, but we'll see how it goes on the flight down. If we have to, we'll adjust the plan then. The main thing is to see that we've no excuse me, that we've no discontinuities. Let's go back to our takeoff and approach page. What we want to do now is we want to send this to a performance page, and we'll put in our ICAO here, which is EIDW. We'll hit return, and then we'll put in runway. We know we're going out on 28 left. Next thing we're going to do is just hit the ATIS request, and that is getting the weather to calculate the takeoff performance. And once again then we'll just compute that, and we'll send to data, send to FMS, and there it's populated. Right, we have to use 15, flaps 15, 15. It's not put in the V routes because the flaps 15, 15, and we're set here at 15. So it's in red, 15, 15. We'll compute again. And there's nothing there, it's saying the flex temperature, etc. All our information is there, and we'll send data. This time it's all in. 148 V1, 150, 100 V2. Now the 100 V2 we have to change. So what we'll do is we will bring over to the top. Now we need to go to the top panel. And you just set a few switches. We've jumped in here, so we'll just we won't do that one. No. That one. That one. That one. And that. and that. Let's get that flap down. Okay. Then we'll go back now, and you'll see here that our heading select is okay. Our altitude, we need to we need to put up to 35. A bit fiddly. This will be a VR flight today, so once we get in VR these problems won't occur. This is happening for a reason which I know. Okay, 35. Now what we want to do is we need to get to our VR speed, which is 150 V2 speed. So as you can see, that's changing in the FMC as well, so we'll take it up to 150. That's going to be our takeoff speed, 150. Good, everything looks pretty good there. So that's it, basically all set up. So we can get rid of this. Now what we have to do is we just have to go down here to the flex temperature in here. Let's just press flex, and it should be, let's bring up this again. Let's just bring up this again. It should be 47. So it'll be 47. Yeah, 47. But we're going to go into automatic. There we go. Okay. Landing height at Gatwick is going to be 200. We're more or less set up now. What we'll do now is we'll just check outside. Everything is done. The loaders are there, the stairs is there, the loaders have gone, everything is loaded on, the fuel truck is there. We'll get rid of those now. If we can, we'll just go back to the ground ops, ground services, get rid of the loader, get rid of the fuel truck, and we'll get rid of the air stairs. So we're ready to go. Okay, that's the first part of this video, is the setting up. What we'll do now is we shall go into VR and start up the flight. Okay, so we'll be back in a moment.